Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Well, I'm going to have to fix that. It's a little crooked.
Let me see if I can get that fixed for you. Is that better?
Yes. Okay, we're on a little early today because Ken's brother is in town and we're going to be leaving in a little bit to go meet up with him. So that's why we hopped on a little early today. All right, what is this doing? Okay, so let me get all refreshed here and give you all a few minutes to hop on. Okay, go away. Go away. Oh my goodness. Hey, Lisa. Thanks for throwing snowballs. Trying to get this fixed up here for Ken. Hi, Judy. Ken is coming on here in just 1 second. I'm going to swap spots with him, and he is doing the project today. I will be in here to help him with comments,
All the
though.
time.
Well, he says all the time, but be in here, help him with comments. Go ahead.
Whoa. Knocking a few things down here. Let me get situated here. Hi, everybody, and welcome. It's been a long time since I've seen some of you guys, at least on live, so glad to be back. I think maybe we might change the time frame now and then, or at the very least, mix it up to where I can be on a Saturday or a Sunday, or possibly a later time through the week, so we can be on together, so we can do something as a group, a team, let's say. So
I think maybe Saturdays, because if we go on later during the week, we're going to impinge upon some of the other ones that we all like to
yeah.
watch.
So what I have here is a little board that I got actually at Walmart. Uh,
Oh, crap.
it's a just a wood board, has a hanger on it already pre-hung, and there's two little baby clothespins on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stain the board and the clothespins, and then I'm going to make I'm going to
Hi, Dawn. Thank you for sprinkling.
and I'm going to do a
Decoupage.
decoupage.
What is that purple book?
And
Right there.
this will be interchangeable. So if you do something different at a later time, you'll be able to just take it off of the the tiny little clothespins and hang something else there. This one is going to be somewhat seasonal because we're going with the 4th of July theme. So my background was just a normal background that was painted white. Nothing special about that. And I'm going to take this picture, which is the eagle with the American flag that I like a lot, and that's the one I'm going to clip on there today. But
Hi, Sparky. How are you, my friend? Hi, Stephanie.
as I said, this will be interchangeable throughout uh, any time of the seasons that you want to just take your board and clip something else on here. You can be creative with this. You can take that off and clip something else on there at any time. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my Mod Podge, sorry,
I do the same
on
thing.
here. And we got my heat gun over here, right? Ready to go?
Yes.
So I'm going to put some Mod Podge on here. I have a tendency of doing it a little too thick. Well, I might put some on here. Have a tendency of doing it a little too thick sometimes, so I'm going to be a little more careful. Whoa, I'm glad there was
Hi,
nothing in there yet.
Tina. Tina Johnston.
Hi, Tina.
Hi, Sherry. How are you?
And I'm going to use this, Michelle.
Sparky, you're being held prisoner. I'm sorry.
I'm going to use this for
Hope
my.
you're feeling better. Yes.
Okay.
Hi, Joanne. Hi, Sandy.
So I do know.
It's the
Uh,
Sandy that you met in person.
oh, hi, Sandy. I do know that Michelle
You have to
has
put on a little bit thicker than
a,
that.
a newer group of followers since I was on a regular basis on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Some people that I've not had the opportunity to communicate with as much. So anyway, my name's Ken.
So pause for a second. I need to know how. I know Sparky said that she may be released to go home tomorrow, so I'm hoping that means you're doing much better. Thank you for all the prayers for her. And Sherry, I hope you're doing okay also, because there's been prayers out for all y'all. Okay.
I do know for those who have not met me in person,
Good,
uh,
I'm glad.
I'm sorry about that. But if you have met me in person, maybe uh, who's on here that's met me in person?
Who's on here that met you in person? That would be Sandy.
Sandy, it might be the only one on there.
Yeah, I think Sandy's the only one you met in person.
Yeah. So anyway, I did have a shift at work where I was off on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and that was convenient for me to come on and I would educate Michelle and help her with her crafting so she didn't mess them up too bad and that
That's
type of
right.
thing.
So if you all do race down in wheelchairs, I want y'all to video it because I want to see it. Thanks, Joanne, for sprinkling.
So now that I'm Monday through Friday, and I don't get home in time for her 5 o'clock live, while I'm at work, it is a little harder for me to participate. I'll log on sometimes and just say hello, but I can't have the volume really up, so I don't really get to hear a whole lot. So
we have several people that will watch but can't say anything.
Yeah.
Or can't really hear. They can only read comments.
I really do miss interacting, though. I miss our trivia questions that Michelle and I used to do and that type of thing. That was kind of fun. And so maybe we'll get back to that a little bit. But anyway.
What I would like to do is when we get more time, I want to reorganize, and I mean majorly reorganize, so that maybe I can figure out how to get some of the crap off the table so that we could maybe do joint projects or something one time together or sometimes together. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, we did go to an estate sale this morning just because Michelle saw in some of the pictures there was some crafting stuff there and she picked up a few things. I don't know if you posted some of those on your web page, but
not yet.
So I'm going to dry this now, right, hun? Or should I put it on thicker?
I don't think you got it everywhere, babe.
Okay.
I see spots where you're missing.
Okay, she sees spots where I'm missing, so I'm going to try this again. I was testing her to see if she would notice that I didn't put it on everywhere, because sometimes she doesn't catch that.
Hi, Cindy. Now, Cindy, you've met too.
Hi, Cindy. I know Cindy.
I know. You know Cindy and Sandy on here. You've met in person.
Cindy's a warrior.
She says hi, Barbie and Ken.
Cindy's a warrior.
Yes, Cindy is a warrior. You need to put more on your foam brush, dear.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of like paint. You know how when you remember how when you're painting?
Sure. Absolutely. I was doing that when I was painting the other night, watching the basketball game. I am a sports fan, but to sit down for 2 hours and watch a sports game is fairly rare for me.
You can try it.
Just because
if you have to add more, you can.
I don't want to add more. If you think I need to, I want to be done. What do you think? Would you add more?
Yes, because I know you haven't used it for a while, but hold that because I'm doing it with one hand. You're skipping some of the spots because you didn't put as much on here, and then you can go like that to get it. Now you should have the spots that weren't covered, hopefully. but keep it over there just in case you need to add on the edge.
Okay. So, whoa.
Thanks for throwing a snowball, Stephanie.
Well, this ain't like your old gun, is it?
Nope, the old one. The old one live, it started acting really funky and wouldn't stay on, and I thought, okay, maybe it was I plugged the little strip that I had it in. So we got rid of that, got a new strip. So I thought, okay, let's try it. Then it started spitting sparks, and I said, off you go, bye.
So then I happened to be at a auction, and they had a heat gun that was exactly the same model and everything as their old one, and it looked fairly new. So I got it in a whole box of stuff for like $3.
Well, it's still wrapped in plastic.
Yeah, so we brought it home, and the first thing Michelle did was plug it in, and it starts smoking a little bit. So she unplugged it, thought, well, maybe there's dust or stuff in it. Maybe it's old, it's been sitting around. So then she plugged it back in, and it starts smoking more out of the cracks in it and everywhere.
I said, oh, heck
Nope,
no.
garbage time. So that was a wasted $3.
Did you turn that on, babe?
Did I turn that on?
Yeah.
Does that have to be on?
Yes.
Oh, no, then I did not. So that's not going to help me if I don't have this on.
Put that down.
I'm trying to remember.
I know, I don't want you to burn yourself, but you know, it's the button right there.
So it's on.
Yes.
Right. So now we got to talk. So this morning we went to this estate sale, and the ladies who did this one was very organized. Everything was laid out with price tags on it, and
Hi, Peggy.
It was extremely organized estate sale, and generally those are not the ones I like. I like the ones where I can go picking myself.
Hang a little bit off.
What'd you say?
Hang a little bit,
okay.
Just a little bit off so I don't have that blunt line.
Okay. I like the ones where I go picking myself, and I can go in and find my own box of stuff or whatever. I'm not having to get a price. I seem to get stuff cheaper at those estate sales, and it makes me feel like I did some work to find it, and someone just didn't lay it out on a table and I bought it. So
usually that heats up pretty fast, even if it doesn't say green. It's usually pretty warm on the bottom. So
what all did you get there at that estate sale, Michelle?
They had some jingle bells, and they had the ones that are round, and they had the ones that look exactly like the bells. Oh, I got some little spindles. I was excited. They had them in there. I was like, woohoo! Yes, I got some little spindles. What else did we get? I had a whole bunch of stuff in there. I can't remember everything, but it's in the bag that I didn't bring in out of the car yet. And I know when we went to check out, the lady said, "You must be a crafter."
Okay, so now I'm going to try.
Oh, yes, that Good Finds. Oh, my God. Not all the time can you find them in Goodwill, but I found those, the ones that I posted in Goodwill, and I said, I have to post these because I was pleasantly surprised.
Am I doing this correctly?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I don't know about you all in your Goodwill, but ours, man, some of the prices, they're not any cheaper anymore than going to some of the retail stores. I'm like, holy,
became a retail store anymore.
Holy crow.
It's not giving you the
on
deals
some of
we
their
used
stuff.
to get at Goodwill. I mean, some of the stuff we're buying is going to sit on the shelf for a while because Michelle's buying it to repurpose it. We're not buying the perfect item or what maybe the general public would
The ones that I found today, I think the project that I do with that, I think I'm going to keep that. Unless I happen to come across some more somewhere.
She thinks she's going to keep it, but we got too many keepers. I don't think I'm doing a good job on this. Will you try to run it over for me one time?
Just pick it up and look and see if it's sticking. It's sticking. You might need to add a little Mod Podge on the edges a little bit, but you can do that after you do the edges.
Okay. Nope. Okay, so we're going to put this down. Get rid of that for me, my trusty assistant. So I've got this. Is it centered well enough? So now with these what I call lap over, should I just fold it over like that?
I personally, for you, I would probably cut it a little bit and then take the sanding block and sand it around the edges.
For me, for a beginner crafter with my skill level, is what
Don't
she
cut
said.
too close because you want to file some of it off. I mean, you can try to file it off right there, but I don't know if you said you wanted to cut some.
So you heard that.
Don't
What she
cut
said.
right along
Someone
the
that
board.
has your lower level crafting ability.
Hi, Lisa.
Should do it
Thank you,
this way.
Sprinkling from Vermont, and welcome on in.
Do I know this, Lisa? Hi, Lisa.
Wakefield from Vermont.
Is my friend Lisa on?
Yes.
Is Vicky on?
No.
I didn't see Vicky or didn't hear her.
I don't think Vicky's on unless I missed her.
Is my friend Tina on?
No.
Tina is
Another
not on?
Tina was
Yeah,
on.
I know there's a Tina I'm not familiar with yet, but if I start coming back on, I'll be familiar with that Tina. Is Lemon Drop on?
No, Norma's not on.
Norma's not on.
Not yet, anyway.
Well, I hadn't heard anybody telling me how to do the project yet, so she's probably not on. I like Norma.
Karen's not on either. Karen has been having to go back and forth to the doctors a lot also.
Karen's from Canada, right?
Yes.
And Karen usually always tells me to paint the edges. You didn't paint the edges.
Yes, she does.
Okay, so this looks rough right now, but it's not going to look rough when I'm done. I hope not, anyway.
Right there.
Oh, something was over top the garbage can. I didn't notice. Okay, so where's your...
Right there.
Here?
Yes. I have to get some more.
I thought you had a different one.
I do. I have the little gator, but I ran out of the paper, so I have the blocks.
Well, I'm not good at this. Why don't you... Yeah,
just like here. Go like
start
this.
That process.
Hold it and pull it down like that.
Do we have a class for that in Gatlinburg?
I don't even know. I haven't even. If I looked, I don't remember what all that they were offering.
Mickey's
I know.
Not on at all?
No, Mickey works a lot. But it's easier if you do it that way. Because if you do it, it'll help to pull it off there.
Here, try that for me. See if you can do it better than I'm doing it right now.
You got to learn.
Feels like it's not coming off like it should. Feels like I should cut more.
See where it's starting to fade?
Yeah.
It's going to start coming off. See?
I'll do it a few more times.
I
need to see it again.
This is your project, sir.
I need to see that again.
Hi, Tessie.
I don't think you demonstrated it long enough.
Y'all, tell him this is his project. I'll help you. You ask for help, I'll help you. But this is your project.
This is all mine.
That's right. What's that saying? I'll set you up to succeed, but you only succeed if you do it. And
I don't think I've ever heard that.
It's something like that.
I've heard something about I'll teach you how to fish.
Well, I have taught you how to fish. Some of these people on here know that you have been on here and that you can do it.
No, the people that get on me a lot are
and
not
like Sherry says, it's easier to lay it flat on the edge of the glass with just the part you want sanded off the edge, like that.
See it. I appreciate those tips. See, that's someone that's set
Do
me
it a
up to
little
succeed.
firmer. See, when you do it a little firmer, see, now you can pull it off like that. Go, Sherry. Go, Sherry.
How come we don't have Friday night bingo anymore?
I'm not sure, but I think Sandy started it back again, but I'm not sure. Yeah, like Judy said, you're doing a great job.
Thanks,
Have
Judy.
some faith in yourself.
I met Judy, didn't I? No.
Let me give you a little tip. Going like that ain't gonna get you anywhere. You're just like fluffing it. Because Sherry said because she wants you to succeed.
I'll
Give a little pressure to it, but not a ton.
I'm afraid I want to tear it up.
You're just doing the edge. But just going like this ain't gonna get you anywhere.
She claims that's how I massage her. When she said, "Will you rub my legs?" She said, "You paint me." That's not rubbing my legs.
This is what he does. I said, "That's not massaging." Get in there and
I'm not a masseuse.
Get in there and work it. I can't do that too much because he'll go to sleep.
Absolutely.
Joanne said, "Don't be scared."
I'm not scared, Joanne. I play a good game.
Yeah.
To get Michelle to do stuff for me.
Lisa's laughing.
I truly have no fear. I don't care if I mess it up.
That is true, and I'm starting to learn again not to fall for that because he does play that where, oh, I don't know how to do this thing when he really does, just so he doesn't have to do it. If you push it right there, then you have more stability.
When we first started showing dogs, and
a little harder.
We've shown dogs.
A little bit harder now.
When we first started showing dogs, Michelle did not want to go into the conformation ring.
I think you got this side.
She would go into the obedience ring. So I had to play her a little bit.
Right there.
One weekend when we were, I believe, at the Cleveland, Ohio dog
Manhandle that beast.
And I told her I was sick and I couldn't show.
There you go. I think you got it all now.
And then she went in and showed, and then then she got hooked. Now she won't let me show any of the dogs. It's all her.
That's not technically true.
That's technically true.
Okay. So you're gonna paint.
Put that aside. No, I'm not painting it, am I?
Well, whatever, staining it or whatever.
I think I'm staining it.
If you're done with the Mod Podge, I would suggest, yeah.
Yep.
Just to be on the safe side.
Oh, I'll knock it over. If there's a possibility to burn yourself or to knock something over, I will do it.
Yes, ask Keeping It Crafty with Sandy. She'll tell you. What was it? She was counting the one time. 6 times he burned himself.
6 times I burned myself with the
Most men do that. Cindy's going faster, harder, right?
That's the Cindy I know and love.
See, and Ken's hard to embarrass.
I don't embarrass. I don't care. You can sometimes get me though if you surprise me.
When we were first together, he used to get me all the time, and then I caught on to his ways.
Okay, now this truthfully is something I'm not good at and haven't done but once before. So you're going to have to help me with this. All right, I'm serious.
Dab a little. Yes,
staining with this. Dab a little in there.
Yes. Now go up and down your board. Wherever you want to stain it at.
You're going to laugh at me.
I say you don't want it to sit in one spot too long, because unless you want darker areas here and there.
How do you get down in those little cracks and stuff?
Very carefully.
That's a secret I haven't learned yet.
You could take, if you want to take one of the little brushes over there So that gets painted. You could paint that in there with a little
After I
bit.
do this, or my question, after I stain this,
You can do it now or after.
all right, now, let me get this stained, and then I'll grab one of those little brushes.
Just remember, if you go in, for me, I found if you go in circles, then you're going to have some of that swirly motion. If you're going up straight and down, you're going to have that kind
I
of.
thought you liked that swirly motion.
A woman would never laugh at her man.
Yeah.
You don't know. We have been, what, 25 years? And I'd rather be laughing than not, just saying. And I'm not laughing at him.
She is too. Don't let her fool you.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, she's laughing with me, yeah. No, she is laughing with me. She supports me 100%.
If you do what you just did, you'll get it all the way down there. You know how you were pushing it in there? Push it. Push it good.
I think I might have to do the brush.
There should be a little one over in that thing right there.
Where's that at? Here?
Yep.
You know I can't see this like this one.
That may do it. But move that out of the way so they can see you.
Oh. Sure. Put that over here. We don't need that anymore. This is going to be a mess. No, this is going to look beautiful. Look how pretty this is looking already.
And look, when you did the brush just in there, look at how you got it.
Yeah. Look how nice this already looks. I need a smaller brush.
Move it this way. Move it that way. Ha ha, I don't think a day has gone by in our 35 years that I haven't laughed at Angel every single day. Laughter's good for the soul. That's all I'm saying. Can he? You need a little control over that stick, sir.
Am I going too fast?
Yes, you're jumping here and there and missing. You're missing the spot. Control so you can hit that spot there.
Okay, this is a G-rated show. Let's keep it that way.
Because you were scribbling you missed there.
Where? I thought that looked good. Oh, here comes the rain again. I think I can hear it.
Yeah, we've been having rain off and on, and it's been torrential downpours, and then it stops. And then you might get an hour, maybe two, and then it comes back again.
So our Walmarts are amazing. Let me tell you how amazing our Walmarts are.
This one today.
So we walk into Walmart, and our greeters are not just greeters to say welcome to Walmart. They're meteorologists.
Sherry said it was until you said this is a G-rated show.
Our Walmart greeters are.
It won't show the picture. We'll cover it.
Yeah, you're right. Our Walmarts are meteorologists now. As we walk in, our greeter says, y'all better hurry up. The downpour's going to start in 13 minutes and 41 seconds.
And he almost
and
had
he's looking at his phone. And he's looking at his phone as he's saying that. And I'm looking at Michelle. I'm laughing. So then when I walked out, he had left. And there was another greeter there. And I said, so what's the weather forecast? And she looked at me really weird. She said, I think it looks like rain. I said, when's it going to start? She said, I don't know. She pulls her phone out. Says, it looks like about 6 minutes. I thought, okay. Our Walmart greeters are now meteorologists that's giving us the weather. If you ask, or if you don't ask, it don't matter. And you're right, it's not going to show. I'm making this more of a big deal than it is because the picture is going to hang right over top of it. But I still want it to be right, and I'm slow at this too. So.
I thought you were going to paint up there. so
Paint
to
where?
speak.
Well,
All that.
you said I should
I've been
stain
wondering
it up.
why he's staining the inside. Because he wanted the whole thing stained, I guess.
Well, she thought because it was interchangeable, if you did a color, then somebody might have something they want to put on there
Yeah,
that
but
wouldn't
what
look
they're
as
saying
nice.
is you could have stained all this and left that
Okay.
and not stained it at all.
Okay. Then let's move on then.
I'm just saying. Well, now you can't leave it like that. Well, I mean, you could.
Okay.
It's very distressed looking.
Yeah. Hey, so I might let you stain a little bit.
Nah, nah,
You're the expert
I'm
stainer.
just
I'm not
here for
getting
the
it on just. I'm
comments.
not getting it on right. I
And
don't think.
if you no, I did not.
She did not what?
When he wants to do projects, this is exactly how it goes. He'll say, "What can I do?" Or he'll say, "I want to do this now. Help me. What do I need?" And I try to prep him with him right here on what he needs and what he wants for the project. Now, if he's like, say, he said he wanted this to be versatile so he could interchange it and that. And he was thinking, well, let's do red, white, and blue. And I thought, well, you could do that, but what if you put something other on there? Red, white, and blue may not work. It may clash.
I can't believe Tina
So
Kistler's
do
not on here.
something neutral. But if he wants to be honest, he will tell you that that's what he asks, and he'll say, well, this is what I want to do. This is my idea. Help me with it. So we do collaborate before he goes on to try to make sure he has everything he needs.
As long as I don't pick something out that Michelle already has a plan for, and everything in this room she already has a plan for.
No, this is what happens. Sometimes, like, say we went out today, I'll tell him, I say, Kenny, pick out something. If you see something that you might want to do a craft somewhere, then I would put it off on the side. But you all know as well as I do, you'll go out and you'll buy stuff or, at a thrift store or whatever, and I have a plan. I'll say, oh, I know what I can do with that. And sometimes I don't do it right away because after I get it home, I'm sitting there thinking, well, I could do that, but I bet I could come up with something better for it. So then I put it off on the side and let it sit there for a little bit until lightning strikes, and it's like, yes, that's what that piece is for.
Yeah, lightning
now,
strikes.
Maybe I'm the only one that does that, but
sometimes she'll save it for maybe an event. I'm going to do this event, and I might want to use this piece.
You are doing a great job and very entertaining. He's always entertaining.
Oh, you don't know. In person, I'm worse.
Oh, yes.
And the people who saw me in Branson, and I have to admit, I was probably at my best behavior because this was the first time I've met some of you guys. I had a little bit of a gout issue the day before we went up there, so I was on prednisone, so I could not drink. So for most of y'all, that was a good thing. For me, it was a bad thing. Not that I'm a heavy drinker, but usually I get a little bit crazier if I have a few.
He's much more livelier.
And I kept convincing myself that I could drink, but everything I read said being on prednisone, I should not. And having stomach issues already with Crohn's disease, it was best that I didn't
Becky.
drink. Hi, Becky. Do I know Becky?
She I think she's been on before when you've been on.
Well, I'll pretend I know her if I don't. Hi, Becky.
Joanne Allen props him because it would be a cold day in hell before Angel would be doing this.
Oh, you don't know. It's nothing hard.
I asked him, because I was back here.
Another water wipe, please.
I was back here doing when I first was starting in that, and then I thought, Ken, you're off on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So I asked him. I said, do you want to? He said, well, I don't. He said first. He said, I don't know shit about crafting, but okay. I said it's not that bad. And I feel personally that everybody has some sort of crafting. What was that? A little laugh there?
Yeah.
Some sort of crafting talent in them. It just needs to be awakened. And I think you've done, for the short amount of time that you've been crafting, you've done awesome.
Well, I had fun in Branson because I learned some stuff, but more than less, I met some people I wanted
Sherry
to meet.
said, "Oh, I know he would never."
Yeah. It's,
Better each day. That's right.
and then
Well, Sandy came to the rescue and Vicky came to the rescue, and I just sat back there and said, "Okay."
I did use Sandy a little bit.
He had a meltdown when it came to doing a wreath.
Yeah. Sandy saved me.
Sandy and Vicky are like, "Now, can?" And they were being nice about it, and then they started getting like, "Calm the shit down."
I said, this stuff isn't working.
We got you.
I'm just gonna stop. I ain't gonna do this anymore. This isn't working. But
Who's going live tonight?
Angel is.
You know, I can say one thing's for sure. When we were in Branson, I don't know what they used to make the mimosa, but Sandy let me tasted her mimosa. That was the best mimosa I have ever had in my life. I was never a big fan of it, but that was good.
I'm making this last longer than it should, guys, so I'm starting to speed it up a little bit. So
You got to do the edges because if Karen comes on,
that's the only reason.
She's gonna get you.
Hold that so it don't move on me.
Yep, he does, and even sneak into the shot when you're live.
Hold that for me so it don't move. Well, and I'm very competitive too, so I got very competitive in the Family Feud game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a side of me that I don't like sometimes. And it wasn't bad. I wasn't ugly, but it was like, no, we're the winners. Y'all need to stop.
Oh, I am, Judy. That's what I told him. I said, I know he can do this. He does wonderful.
Okay,
It's just sometimes he doesn't.
Give it a once over for me and see.
It's fine. You just need to dry it. He just gets, I don't know if the right word would be discouraged in himself, but I don't think he's not comfortable enough yet. And I get that because when I first started, and even sometimes today, and that's what I told him.
The top needs to be darker. Huh?
Even sometimes today, I even get a little nervous about what I'm doing. Or, heck, the one time I was on here, one of the rub-ons that I had, no matter what I did, it would only bits and pieces of it would stick.
What was the one I put on and I was wondering why it wouldn't stick because I never took the back off of it?
Yeah. And then I got one that was exactly like it and just pivoted and made it work. But I was almost like the time, if y'all know James, where he threw it across the room, I was ready to. Oh, so ready to. We all have those days.
I can't believe King James is not on.
Oh, Sandy's going to be on as long as the storms are done.
You doing anything fun tonight, Sandy?
Usually it's today's Friday.
Oh, Friday.
Usually it's bingo.
Yeah. My brother's in town from California. We're going to dinner with them at 6:30. I doubt we'll be back in time at 8 o'clock for bingo.
She's on at 9.
Oh, we might be then.
Unless she's you haven't changed your time. It's still 9 o'clock, right, Sandy?
Okay.
Joanne wants to know, other than crafts, any other hobbies? Oh, yes. Hasn't done them for a while, but tell them what your other hobbies were.
Well, and when I was younger, and we still do it sometimes, I was never a big drinker, but I did a lot of throwing darts. I threw darts a lot in bars. Was not a pool player, but I through a lot of competitive darts. Played baseball for quite a few years, and then graduated to softball as you got older, and there was no American Legion baseball still to
9
play.
o'clock.
I do collect a lot of sports memorabilia, sports cards. I have more than any live human being should have.
Want me to help you?
Yeah. So, and then I do resell a little bit on eBay, not a whole lot. So if I see something that's kind of cool, I'm not into comic books or stuff like that, but if I see
See
something
if they want the full one.
at an auction that I think, oh, this is $3 and I can resell it for 30, I'll post it to my eBay page and I'll buy it and resell it. I don't make any money off of it, but it makes me feel like I did something. So, anyway, this is what I have right now.
That's gonna heat up.
So I'm waiting for my glue
Sandy
gun to heat
did
up.
say she is on at 9.
So this is what I have right
Stephanie said she's got to go to town. Ken, you did great
now.
today.
Thanks, Stephanie.
I'm trying to get him to come on at least maybe on some Saturdays here and there since he works.
So what do y'all think about a bow? You think there would be a bow? My cousin Linda's not on. I'm disappointed. Bow right here, and Susan Story's not on. Do y'all think a bow is appropriate? If the glue gun's not hot, I can use Starbuck.
But if you want to use this for like universal with a glue gun, you could heat it back up and pull it off and change the bow.
Yeah.
If you use the Starbond or the stick fast, it's going to be much harder to get off.
So what do y'all think about the bow? Bow yes, bow no. Right there in the corner, okay?
Sherry says that's pretty, and Joanne says that's cool. Yes, Susan's Story said she is there.
Oh, hi,
She's
Susan.
just quiet. Well, hello, Susan. Are you getting storms too? We got today, tomorrow, and most of next week, nothing but storms.
Do we have an opinion on the bow yet? But
I'll
yes, bow
I'll
or
check
no
your
bow?
heat gun for you.
Everybody knows me on bows. I think too many people put bows on everything, but I do think it would look cool
Not
on
quite
this piece.
yet, almost.
I think it's appropriate for this piece.
While
Sometimes
you're-
I feel like everybody sticks a bow on something just because.
Rebecca, hi Rebecca, I didn't see you come in. I'm sorry. Welcome. Susan said she had to sort out some laundry things, that wrinkle coming out of dryer. I get that. Rebecca says yes, Bo. Susan says Bo. Cindy says love that. So while you're waiting for a few seconds here for your heat gun, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself, Ken?
I think I've told them everything they need to know about me, haven't I?
Ask them anything.
Yeah.
As long as it's G-rated.
Let's see. I work.
Are you putting a hanger? You could put the bow on the wire to be able to change it.
Well, I could.
Yeah, it came with this already attached to it.
So I kind of pre-cheated there. It was pre-made.
And Judy says yes, Bo.
Yeah.
Susan says rain daily for at least a week, but not firm. Right now, sunny and crazy hot, storm ready atmosphere. Sherry says don't care for the bow on the frame.
So where would we put the bow then?
Your glue gun's ready if you want.
Let's give vote. I think the majority said yes for bow, so I'm going to put it right here. I can always take it off.
Weather and new storms headed this way need to.
I think it's cool without it, but I think this is something that I think will look good when I put the bow on it. So I'm gonna.
I mean, let me see. If you did and you didn't want it on the frame, I guess you could try to stick it right there on the rope. And could stick it up here because I know Sherry says she doesn't like it on the frame. Could put it up here.
Thoughts? I think we're going.
Tie it to string. Is there?
I don't know if I can tie it.
Is there something going above the picture? No. I don't. He says no.
As of right now, there's not.
Let me see. give me scissors, please. If you want to tie it, I'll help. I'll give you a way to do that. Put that on there. You can take this, look, glue it on the back of here, and then you could tie it on there if you want to do that.
Okay.
Yes, on the rope, Sherry said. So if you don't want to glue it on there, just glue that to the back, give it a second to dry, and then just tie it on
You're
there.
going to have to help me with that.
Just don't burn yourself.
Oh, that's the fun part of it. How do you push it down to stay without burning yourself? Don't you just take your finger and hold it down?
Don't put your finger there.
It just hurt for a second.
Now just blow on it.
Ouch.
I would put 2 bows on the rope in both corners.
I only have 1 bow, so we used it wasn't the bow diver, it was the bow maker.
Yeah, oh, I can't think of what you call that one.
The one that everybody fell in love with in Branson.
It's right over there.
Yeah.
I can't think of what it's called right now.
Where's it at? And I'll grab it.
Right there. That's part of it.
This deal here.
That's the thing he's got to learn yet again. I don't think you made any bows there, did you?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, absolutely. Sandy helped me push them all down. We cut them up, pushed them all in the cracks.
Oh, that was for your wreath.
That was for the wreath. You're correct.
I mean a bow.
No, we didn't do a bow. Whatever a bow is, we did not.
All right. If I'll hold it, you can tie it. Which side are you doing?
I'll hold it, you can tie it.
No, you got to tie it.
You tie it. I got short, stubby fingers.
That's just an excuse. A lot of people don't have nice long fingers. I don't have nice long fingers. I envy those that do have nice slender fingers.
Blue signal. There we go. We're back.
It's probably okay. Go ahead.
This is what we got right now.
Bo Dabra. Just giving my 2 cents.
Yeah.
It's not a Bo Dabra. I can't think of the name of it right now. But the one that he just showed you. But I like it because it holds your material really tight in there.
So this is what I accomplished today. I know above the picture, these little bitty clothespins to hold it. That can be swapped out. If you push on them, you can put another picture there.
Thanks, Tessie.
And if you leave it like...
Hi, Mickey. Mickey.
Yeah, I slept with Mickey in the same room.
I would say you better edit that. That didn't sound right. Best roommate ever.
Her mom was funny, too. We had some good conversations. Yep. So anyway, that's what we got.
So I'm going to try at least to get Ken to come on at least sometimes on a Saturday. Yeah. And if he's happen to be off or get a day off during the week, maybe pop on every once in a while, because I think you've missed it.
I have. I've missed the people, and when I watch her live, I look at it and I say, some of these people here I've never...
Rebecca said it looks great. Judy said super cute. They're all awesome. They're all awesome people. I mean, you can catch comments over there. Yeah. That's why I always put them up, too, because if something goes out, then you have that there. But they're all awesome. They're all willing to help you out. That's why I said I don't have to sit back here. They will help you.
Well, then it would be no fun. I'd have nobody to pick on.
You heard it here.
Oh. And when James is on, it's a double fold.
Oh, yes. When James is on, then they both get me.
What does he call you?
Warden, because you.
She's the warden. I never invented that name.
Anyway, we do appreciate you all hopping on. And I know I appreciate y'all when you're on here with me, helping and ideas and critiquing and all of that, because I think you learn something from everybody, good, bad, whatever, and it's all good. Bo Genius.
Is that what it is?
It could be. I don't remember.
We actually bought it off eBay.
Judy
Wow.
said you did good.
Who was it that had it? What's her name?
Paula. Paula's the one who had it.
Yeah, she had one, and she said she got it at like a yard sale.
No, I think she got it actually at a Goodwill, and she only paid a couple bucks for it.
So a couple of us found them on eBay.
Yeah,
and bought
you can't find them hardly anywhere. Somebody did find it on Marketplace on Facebook, but I never could find one on there. Anyway, thank you all for hopping on. I know a lot of us got all these storms coming in, so please be safe.
Y'all miss all the fun of me
trying
to do that.
And Sherry, I hope you keep improving and you're back to yourselves in no time. Prayers out to you all. Cindy and Scott, always keeping you all in prayers and sending positive thoughts and energy. Everybody have a great rest of the weekend. And
same to you, Lisa.
Yes, it's same to everybody. I will let y'all know when and if Ken decides to hop on again. And I think next time you're going to just do it.
I really want
I will be in the vicinity.
I want a mystery box. I want to do a mystery box challenge. I'm not a crafter, but give me a box of stuff and let me try to figure something out. Nobody direct me. I just get a box of stuff. We appreciate
you all too, Cindy. You all heard it here. So if anybody wants to send Ken a mystery box with what he needs to use, have at it, because he has been biting at the bit for that.
I've been wanting to do a mystery box.
I thought about doing it for him, but I think being in the same household and too close, I don't know that would work right. But you have to realize if they send it to you, you have to make a time to do it.
Yeah, so remember my skill set. There's novice, advanced, excellent, and master. I'm nowhere close to master or excellent. I'm probably somewhere between novice and advanced. So if you give me a master project, I'm going to look at it and say, well, I'm dummying that down real quick.
Cindy said game on.
Okay. I'll do that, Cindy.
I tried. I
want to do it by myself and just figure something out and do it. I
did ask James and them once about doing a mystery box, and we did send one to James because he said he would do it, and he didn't do it. Yes, that's right, James. Calling you out on there. Anyway, I think it would be fun to do some mystery boxes. Or she said, should she say, challenge accepted. Bye, Judy. Have a good one, everybody.
Guys.
Please stay safe with all the storms. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Can't send you the hearts like we used to, but here you go. Love y'all. Have a good one.
Bye,
Enjoy
everybody.
your weekend. And Sandy, we should be back in time if you're still on here to do bingo. Whoop, whoop. Good night, all.
Bye.